no reason to make many changes for the game?
No, not really. It's a big week for us, a big week for all Championship teams, I think, just coming up to Christmas. December's always a month of distraction. 3 games in 7 days, which I think will take us to the halfway point and will obviously then lead us into the real league table. From here on in you can look at the table and see the implications of victories and defeats, but this 9-point week is very important for every team.
And everybody fit?
Yeah, we're all okay. We've got a couple of long-termers, but all the boys are okay and looking forward to it.
How did you think Dewberry did when he came in? His first league game of the season for him.
Yeah, it's amazing really when you see everyone come back in, what was the end of June I think it was, and here we are in December and it's his first full league game, and I think in those circumstances, first and foremost, he's done ever so well to keep himself sort of fit and connected. Quite easy in those situations to sort of let yourself go, but he's been right on the bit all the way along, and I think that showed the fact that he could come in and put in a performance. This will be the test for him this particular week, because obviously 3 games in 7 days, something he hasn't faced so far this season.
And the other 2 lads, Pearce and Bennett, will still be out on loan, will they? So it's really down to Dubes.
Well, I can call them back at any time. It's a situation where, if they come back, then they're right at game speed. Excuse me. If they'd have been here with us, then it would have been, maybe a couple of weeks to get up to game tempo. So, I'm particularly not a fan of the loan system. I think it should be really restricted, but if it's there, we'll use it and try and use it to our advantage like every other team.
Okay. Steve, last week your theme was you didn't fancy Premiership referees coming down into the Championship. You said a few other managers felt like that. Been any reaction to that from anybody? Anybody phoned you up to have a chat about it?
To be honest, somebody just asked me about it, and I've got no campaign, or it's not something which particularly irritates me. But on the performance, my bottom line would still be, if that was Vidic at Old Trafford, I find it very difficult to think that the referee would have sent him off. But I do appreciate horses for courses, and I'm quite happy with the Championship referees by and large.
You got a lot of competition in the central midfield still, with Gunnarsson, Matioski and Karakan not being able to get in, and that remains the case, doesn't it? No reason to change it, I suppose.
Well, you make demands of players. The first demand you make of them is that they win games, and I do struggle sometimes with the rotation policy. I think every player wants to know that if he plays well and the team are winning, then he's going to be in the team next week. If it's sort of random that when you play and the reasons why you play, then it's hard to get a consistent positive theme, I think. That's just my opinion. I know other people say it differently, but I like players to be rewarded by the victories for the team.
Reassuring for you, though, to have such quality waiting to come in.
Yeah, I think that's important now as suspensions start kicking in with a number of teams, and again, December's always a difficult month for obvious reasons. There is so much going on. We do have, I think, 6 games or whatever it is, and not much time to recover. It could well be that next week, I'll make changes for no reason, but we'll just have to wait and see how the week develops.